Let me bring back the rest of our guests who are with me this hour. Ellie, executing a search warrant. If we just look at that piece specifically, what does that signal to you? Does it give you any sense of where they are in their investigation?
It does, Anna. It tells me this is a big deal. It tells me this investigation is live and it's ongoing. So three things have to happen here. First of all, prosecutors have to make a case, have to put together a document explaining why there's what we call probable cause to believe that a crime was committed and there will be evidence of the crime found in the location here in Rudy Giuliani's residence. Second of all, this would have to be approved by the highest levels of DOJ, up to and including the Deputy Attorney General, possibly the Attorney General, because this involves a search of an attorney, which is very sensitive, and a sensitive person who was the attorney for the prior president. And as Kara said, the reporting is that the prior DOJ under Bill Barr said no. And then finally, that document asking for approval has to go over to a federal judge in the SDNY who has to review it and agree. Yes, prosecutors, you have established probable cause that there was a crime committed and that you will find evidence of that crime in Rudy Giuliani's residence.
Laura, what do you think they could be specifically investigating? What crimes could be in play here?
Well, you know, the world is really their oyster at this point in time. We're talking about the idea of looking through all of his documents, electronic devices as well. They could have a very expansive investigation. We know about the idea of failure to register as a foreign agent as being a possibility. But remember, he has two associates who've already been indicted. So there may be statements that they have provided. Perhaps they are now cooperating to some extent with the SDNY to give them information to say, here is why you have that probable cause to believe that these particular documents will be there. And remember, this has been a long time coming in the sense of what Kara has been reporting, that there has been an amount of opportunity for Rudy Giuliani to perhaps try to do away with the information if he's been aware of it. Of course, he is himself an attorney, so I would like to extend the benefit of the doubt to a fellow colleague, an attorney, to say that he would not try to do away with evidence that might be in furtherance of a crime. But the idea here, they're going to look for everything. And Ellie is absolutely right. A judge is not going to just sign off because there's a hunch. There has to be some specificity about a particular document or set of documents, particular evidentiary objects perhaps as well. And they can also take his cell phone and other laptops or computers and look for the things that perhaps other people through their own testimony or statements to the SDNY have said will be there. At this point in time, the next thing to look out is whether the former president will try to step in some way with his counsel and assert some form of privilege if he believes that anything that is on those documents or on those devices might implicate him or attorney-client privilege.
And Ellie, you just wrote a book about Bill Barr. So to learn that there was a blockade, essentially, from this search warrant being conducted or executed under the Trump administration and then Attorney General Bill Barr. And we don't know exactly why, whether it was the strength of the evidence that they had or whether there was something more than that. But what is your reaction to just learning that information?
Not surprised at all. If the prior DOJ under Bill Barr said no to this search warrant, it would be very much of a kind of what we saw Bill Barr doing when he interceded to try to save Michael Flynn and Roger Stone, two other people who were both close to the president personally and politically and potentially in position to give DOJ evidence implicating the former president. So, and keep in mind, by the way, we have a brand new DOJ here, and the key decision makers here, obviously the Attorney General is the top decision maker, but the Deputy Attorney General, Lisa Monaco, was just sworn into that position a couple weeks ago. So if this tells me anything, it tells me that there's a new DOJ in town that's at least willing to look at things on their merits and not to play politics in the way we saw with the prior DOJ under Donald Trump and Bill Barr.